Good morning. Today is Wednesday, August 23rd. The time right now in Singapore is 11:16 and in the morning. And of course, the market will be quiet because the market is still waiting for the Fed chairman's speech on Friday after the Jackson Hole symposium, which they held every year in Wyoming. And this will be the highlight of the week itself. Of course, tonight we have the release of the US Purchasing Managers Index, and we will be looking out for that. And so we can expect a little bit more activity compared to the last 3 days of trading. Okay, so right now we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average trading marginally lower, and we can see that the futures contract is still trading on the lower end of the range. Now, last night we have a marginal low at in the futures contract at 34,306, and this is marginally lower compared to let's say Monday at 34,308. So it's down by 2 points, and the market has a risk of a rebound. And if there's going to be any rebound, I suspect it's going to be kept between 34,800 to 35,000. So between the 200 points range, the market should be able to find a cap before the market continues to trade lower. My target is 33,850 levels thereabout. So you can see that the market has a little bit of a downward bias, in my opinion. In the S&P 500, we also see something very similar, but however, we see a rebound that's already happened in the S&P 500. And last night, we see a bounce back to 4,440. And this is within the bracket of prices, which I mentioned in previous update, which may actually entice seller to come back into the market. That level is 4,432.5 to 4,451.75 in the futures contract. So we can see that once this rebound has been done, it is very likely that we probably would have seen the end of this rebound, or possibly another attempt to go higher, but I suspect it's going to be kept below this blue colored line here, which is the previous support now turned resistance. And I do expect prices to unravel below 4,350. I do have a target here. The target is somewhere around 4,262.5 to 4,305. So do expect another dip below the most recent low that we saw in last week. And in the Nasdaq 100, we also see something similar. Prices rebound from 14,609.25 to 15,118.5 overnight into a bracket of prices, which I also previously has highlighted could actually entice the seller to come back into the market. And that level is 15,108.5 to 15,263 even. And I do expect prices to come back down over time. And my target is somewhere between 14,182.5 to 14,403.25. Of course, this is basis the futures contract traded in Chicago. Over in Asia, we can see that Hong Kong market seems to have stabilized a little bit, and I think there's a chance of a rebound. Market has already traded into my target of 17,268 in the futures contract, and the low traded so far is at 15,539. So we have technically hit my target, and I think the market is due for a rebound. And if there's going to be any rebound, I suspect it's going to be capped at 18,528 to 18,761 in the futures contract in Hang Seng. Now, over in the Nikkei 225, you can see that the rebound is still ongoing. The market came very close into my target price of 32,000 to 32,200 levels. And this morning, we have a rebound going on as we are speaking. The current price is 31,930. There's a scope for the market to actually go into this bracket of prices. And I would like to see what kind of reaction we're going to get. And I do expect that eventually the market is going to come back down, because the market came very close to my target range. And obviously, it has gone into the bracket of prices, which I deem to be quite favorable to buy back the position that people have short. Although I have no position, but I do expect this thing to grind on for a little while longer. Now, over in the dollar itself, you can see dollar index remains very well beat. Last night, we have a marginal high of 103.62.5, and this is getting very, very close to my target at 103.84. Of course, this is basis the futures contract. And I do expect a bit of a pullback, ideally to 102.36 to 102.85 levels. And I do expect the dollar to remain a little bit beat for the time being going into the rest of the week. Now, euro dollar obviously is coming down as the dollar strengthened. And overnight, we can see there's a marginal low at 108.33. And do expect a bit of a bounce, because in this bracket here, you can see that the market actually traded to a marginal low here. Basis there is a lot of support here, and the market actually traded into this level. And I do expect a bit of a bounce. Now this bounce is likely to be contained to 109.50 to 109.75 thereabout. And I do expect over the medium to long term that the euro dollars, including all principal currency, to lose value over the dollar. Now, in the sterling, we can see that the bounce is actually more robust, and I do expect it to continue to rebound. And my target is somewhere between 128.60 to 129 even. So do not trade this market because this is basically a corrective move. There's really no much meat here. In the Aussie market, the market may have a chance to actually rebound back to test the 65-cent level. And again, there is not much of a potential here, in my opinion. So leave it aside if you can. Now, dollar yen is a bit of a dilemma. The price of dollar yen refused to come down, and the top 146.5 remains the highest it ever traded. And I suspect it's going to be a three-way pullback targeting 144.40 to 144.75 before the market goes higher into this bracket of prices, which may actually invite a ton of sellers, in my opinion. This level is 146.75 to 147.90 levels. Do watch out for a price for dollar yen to go into this bracket of prices before we see any significant appearance of selling interest. And of course, at the back of everybody's mind, there's always the risk of intervention by the Bank of Japan. Now, dollar Canadian is basically reflecting what we are seeing in the dollar index. Is very, very firm, and the market doesn't seem to want to come off. If they come off, I think it will be contained to 134.75 to 134.95 levels before it attempt the April high of 136.70. Now, over in pressure commodities, we can see crude oil prices continue to slide on the back of a weaker Chinese economy. After all, China is the world's largest importer of crude oil. So if China is not doing well, demand for crude oil is likely to be very tame. So this could actually lead to a lower prices going forward. I will hope that the crude oil prices can actually dip into $76 to even as low as $74. That will be an area in which I will be a very keen buyer. So I want to see that happen. In the meantime, let's take a look at the gold market. Gold has a bit of a rebound, and there is actually a prospect right now that the market may actually stabilize with a low at $1,884.50 being the low. So the top side is possibly around 1,928.5 to 1,938.80. So by and large, I do expect a bit of a bounce in the precious metal market on the condition that the dollar pull back a little bit. And of course, silver market has long already stabilized at $22.23 and has gone up overnight to $23.53. And this is exactly where I think the market will find resistance. Let's see what happened in silver market. So silver is currently leading the precious metal complex higher. And if silver cannot, it seems to be struggling, then of course it will be bad news for gold market. Let's see what happens. In Bitcoin, prices has actually gone down below $25,500 for a very brief moment in time. I have a target at 25,628.5. So this morning, the market actually went into this level and actually rebounded. So this is possibly setting the stage for a rebound. And I think the first barrier to higher prices will be 27,500 levels, which you see across here. So this is all I have for you for the time being. You take care, and I'll come back to you tomorrow with another update. Bye-bye.